You've built workflows, you've run prompts, you've gotten good results. Sometimes. But here is something most people haven't thought about. Every prompt you write from scratch and then close the tab on is wasted institutional knowledge. It is gone. The next time you need something similar, you start over. You spend 5 minutes reconstructing what took you 20 to develop. And the output is rarely as good as the version you refined 3 weeks ago. Here is the assumption I want to challenge. Most experienced AI users still treat prompts as disposable. One-time inputs for one-time outputs. They are not. The best prompts are assets. They have value that compounds every time you use and refine them. Research from McKinsey's 2024 State of AI report found that 42% of knowledge workers report redoing the same AI tasks repeatedly due to lost prompt context. By the end of this episode, you will have a framework for building a prompt library in Google Docs. Free, portable, tool-agnostic, that gets smarter every week. No paid features, no custom GPTs, just a document and a system. Let's build it. Here is what actually happens in most AI workflows. Someone runs a great prompt. The output is exactly right. Tone, structure, specificity. They use it, they close the tab. A week later, they need something similar. They open a new chat and start from scratch. The new version is close, but not quite as sharp. And somewhere in a closed browser tab, the better version is gone forever. This is the prompt and forget problem. Almost every person using AI regularly has it, because the default behavior of every AI interface is stateless. The chat ends, the context disappears, nothing carries over. The solution is not a better tool. The solution is a personal knowledge system that sits alongside whatever tool you use. One that preserves your best work, organizes it by use case, and lets you build on it rather than restart from it. That system is a prompt library, and it lives in a Google Doc you already know how to operate. A prompt library is a Google Doc organized by business function, not a random collection of prompts, a structured, searchable reference system. Think of it less like a folder of drafts and more like an operations manual for your AI usage. The structure matters because it determines whether you actually use it. A flat list of 50 prompts is nearly useless. You'll never find what you need quickly enough to make retrieval feel worthwhile. Structure is what makes it a system instead of a pile. 6 sections cover most solopreneurs: writing, client communications, research, strategy, operations, and content creation. Each section has subsections. Start with these 6 and add subsections as you go. The library should grow organically from your actual usage, not be pre-populated with prompts you'll never run. Setting up the skeleton takes 15 minutes. Open a new Google Doc. Title it Prompt Library, your business name. Enable the outline view from the View menu. This becomes your navigation panel. Create 6 top-level headings: writing, client communications, research, strategy, operations, content creation. Under each, 2 or 3 subsections. Under client communications, onboarding and kickoffs, status updates and follow-ups, difficult conversations. Then, under each subsection, paste prompts using a consistent format. 4 fields that matter: the label, the use when line, the last refined date, and a quality score from 1 to 5. The goal is retrieval speed, not documentation completeness. If filling out the format feels like overhead, simplify it. The library only works if you actually use it. This is what separates a prompt library from a prompt archive. An archive is static. You dump things in and retrieve them. A library improves. The improvement loop has 3 steps. Step 1. After any AI session with good output, capture the prompt. Paste it into the relevant section with today's date and a quality score. 2 minutes. Most people skip it. That's why they're still starting from scratch 6 months later. Step 2. When a prompt underperforms, revise it. Don't delete it. The version you fix is more valuable than a fresh start because it carries the context of what didn't work. Step 3. Monthly, run a library review prompt. Paste a section into Claude, ChatGPT, or Gemini. Ask it to flag weak prompts, identify gaps, and suggest what's missing. What comes back is a maintenance report for your own system. Here is the strong opinion. Your prompt library is more valuable than any AI subscription you could buy. A paid subscription gives you access to a faster model. A well-maintained prompt library gives you compounding institutional knowledge. Every session you've ever run, organized, and ready to deploy. The subscription is a commodity. The library is yours. No one else has it. Build the system, not the dependency. Here is the last piece most people miss. Every time you start a new AI session, the model knows nothing about you. Not your industry, not your audience, not your tone. You start from zero, every time, unless you build a system to prevent that. The master context block is a paragraph you paste at the top of any AI session before you run a prompt. It gives the model the background it needs to produce relevant, specific output from the very first message. The template has 6 fields: what your business does, who you serve, how you communicate, what you're working on this quarter, the tools you use, and anything else that shapes how you want output framed. Store it at the top of your prompt library. Update it quarterly. It should be the first thing you copy when you open a new chat. Pair it with the voice brief, and you are giving any AI model enough context to produce on-brand, specific output from the first prompt. Every session gets faster. Every output needs less revision. The library is only useful if you maintain it. That sentence is the entire failure mode. Every person who has built something like this and abandoned it will tell you the same thing. It fell apart because adding to it felt like one more task on an already full plate. So here's the practical version. Do not try to build the library retroactively. Start from now. After any session that produces a prompt you would use again, 2 minutes. Paste it in. That is the whole practice. Skip the monthly review for the first month. Get the habit of capturing before you optimize. A library with 20 well-used prompts you actually consult is worth more than 100 prompt archive you never open. Start small. Make it real. The compounding starts the moment you stop starting from scratch. 4 elements. 1 system. The 6-section structure gives every prompt a home. The entry format gives you retrieval speed and a reason to revisit. The improvement loop turns your library from a static document into a compounding asset. The master context block cuts session startup time in half. Taken together, this is a system that gets better with use. The exact opposite of starting from scratch every time. Your 1 action today. Open a Google Doc. Create the 6 section headings. Add 2 or 3 subsections under each, and paste your master context block at the top. 15 minutes. The skeleton exists. Every future session has somewhere to go. The prompts fill it in over time. The library earns its value through use, not through setup. Subscribe if you have not. Share this with someone still rewriting the same prompts every week, and leave a comment with the first section you are going to build.